We're in Gulf Shores, Alabama right now. My name is Trisha Springstead. I'm a registered nurse. I've been working with many people of the spill.
You know, we have so many people that we call loyals, okay? They aren't locals, but they are loyals. They love this water. They come here all the time. They can choose to go anywhere else, but they come here. And they've been told that this is clean. And this is far from clean. BP needs to show up and clean up. And they need to do so under the watchful eye of the American public.
But all along I thought it was really stupid that we had, you know, one person collecting info here and one person collecting info there and not sharing it because it's theirs. And I'm like, that's...
No, how many people have
really
yelled at me?
How's that going to help? I mean, all this needs to be compiled. Y'all need to all be working together.
And I've been yelled at because what I did was a woman ran some labs on some fish. And I was down in Apalachicola, and I was warning, you know, the people in Apalachicola to be very careful because of the oysters. And I sent to Adam Putnam, who's our ag in Florida, that we're having a problem with oysters. And ICC in on it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was our research. That was blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever happened to working with each other for the good? And then they said to me, are you for or against? I'm like, I'm not for or against anybody.
Yeah, the point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, you know, once you've been going through this shit for a while, come to a point to where you're just like, look, some things you can't deal with.
Right.
Some things aren't worth your time.
And we're not.
And the fighting and separation thing is not worth the time.
And like I said, you know, I've been threatened by, you know, and you know, I'm like, what is it you guys want to win? After everybody drops dead, what are you going to win?
Right. Exactly.
This is about humans.
Right.
This is about sick people and sick fish.
Yeah.
And this is about a pandemic that's going to affect 10 to 40 million people. What part of that don't you get?
Right. I mean, why is this difficult?
If we don't join together in love, and we don't work together and do the right thing, and become a coalition that nobody can mess with.
Right.
You're not going to do it with 500 different people vying for the money.
No, it needs to be everybody working together and making a strong case instead of a couple of little bitty.
I know, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been loading up on cases.
Yeah.
You know, so that I have the proof in order to go and just say, all right, you're the county. Right here, you're the county. You're in it for the money.
Right.
I know you're in it for the money. We all know you're in it for the money. Well, guess what? You know, do you want to have a good summer and then make a bunch of money and then everybody drop dead?
Right.
Or would you like to do the right thing and get in there and start working on really doing some true bioremediation that works, and then maybe in a year have years of life.
Right, exactly.
You know,
that's my whole point. I've said from the first, we know how to live without tourists in town. We know how to get through. A couple of years we did it after Ivan.
Yeah.
If y'all had only stuck to guns that, look, there was an oil spill. So, we've got to clean it up. We've got to bioremediate. And we've got to address the public health issues.
Absolutely.
You know? But instead, the government went with the whole PR, everything's fine, y'all come on down.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is putting those of us, you know, like myself, who is tourist-based, you know, and take people out to see dolphins, and it's putting us in a position because everybody around me is all like, oh, here come the people, let's do it, you know, and they're ready to rock and roll. And to me, the proper campaign would have been, no, we will not open back up our town. BP has not cleaned this up. It is not safe to send people out on boats in the water, and, you know, I know captains that are taking and tubing kids in this water. Now, let's face it, that's churning up the water.
All right, this needs to go. Are we on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, churning up the water and the vapors coming up into a kid's face.
Right.
While they're being drugged behind at a rapid, you know, 15 miles an hour, let's say. So you're just really pushing it into, I couldn't do it.
It's criminal.
Yeah, I could not do that and sleep well at night. I used to always do shrimping charters, and that's when I really made good money. And it's something that I love to do, my clients love to do, and but now I'm like, let's see, drag a net on the bottom and pull up everything that they sunk to the bottom with their 2 million gallons of dispersion. I don't think so. I can only go, oh my God, that's got to be really fairly toxic to sit there and churn it all up and bring that bag in and touch everything and you know, I've had to just tell my people that although my clients heard these, you know, TV ads saying everything's fine, come on down, and did so in good faith because they saw that. You know, I'm just telling them, look, there are effects. There was an oil spill, and there's your facts. The simple baseline facts are either there was an oil spill and a catastrophe of the largest proportion environmentally in U.S. history, or else there wasn't. If there was, there will be ramifications to human health, to the fish, the wildlife, the birds, everything.
Right.
Or else it was just a great big lie and it didn't happen. That's the only way everything's okay.
We keep talking about smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
It's just big smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing is, you know, the more I dig, the deeper I dig, the deeper the mirrors are, deflecting away from really what the problem is.
Yeah.
And the problem is that you know, we had the largest oil spill in the history of the United States of America.
Exactly.
And it wasn't just crude oil, it was hydrocarbon effluent. They dug down so deep that they brought out, everybody thinks that crude is, you know, years and years and years and years of you know, fossil fuel, degradation, and then what happens is then it sits for millions of years, and then that's oil, that's fossil fuel.
Yeah.
The oil that came out of that whole spill, and we have some of the work that I've been working with BK Lim, amazing man, and his work is gone up to Congress with the Earth Organization. BK Lim has dissected that well. 2 wells blew before that. And then what happened was they covered it up.
Right.
Hayward dumped stock 8 days. Tony Hayward dumped stock 8 days before that Wakanda well blew.
Yeah.
They knew it was going to blow.
They knew, yeah.
You know, and then you know, they buy boots and coots before that well goes. Well, they knew something was coming down because they'd already had 2 blowouts.
Yeah.
That they hid from the public.
Right.
So we knew nothing about
it.
it.
The public doesn't find out about it, they ain't going to tell you.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, it's not in their best interest to tell you.
Absolutely.
Unless somebody finds out about it and it's such an incident like the Wakanda well.
And why do we have all this corrects it, and I call it core-exit. It doesn't correct it. It's like dumping, and here we have hydrocarbon effluent with methane and hexane, and now we got all this benzene in that water that came out of that well. We sunk hydrocarbon effluent onto the bottom with the Nalco products, and God knows what else they put in that water.
Right.
In order to make it not show up on the shore. Now that was the biggest smoke and mirror.
Yeah.
And we've got our government, our EPA, Lisa Jackson, all these people showing up for photo ops, and people are dying.
I know. Too many people have spent time, and I guess myself included, doing PR to try and keep it out there.
Yeah.
And wonder to yourself, Jesus, is there any need to continue doing this? What's really the point?
Yeah.
Every now and then it does work. It does help a little bit.
Right.
But in the long run, that's we need awareness out there, but we also need action with regards to really getting onto this. It's just been too long.
Yeah.
Of this silly propaganda campaign that everything's okay.
Right.
And so much that the American public just doesn't know. That the standards for seafood were lowered right after the well blew.
Well, and I've also said the standards for amounts of hexane and benzene and things like that, they were lowered in human beings.
Oh, were they?
Yes, they were.
See, it's like
and the standards for the amount of crude in a fish.
I don't know if you ever, if I ever got it to you or not, and I've never even really had it analyzed.
She had. This is Lori. Lori is, we call her Captain Lori. She's she's a hero to me, and she had a volatile solvents, whole blood volatile solvents, and her ethyl benzene was high, and MP xylene is high. She does have hexane on board, and she also has isooctane, and like I said, like I've been saying all along, these people's blood are going to turn into gasoline or into crude. And if we don't detox these people quickly, and we don't get them out of harm's way, and we don't bioremediate that water, this is going to impact anywhere from 10 to 40 million people. But the thing that they're not telling, and yesterday we were outside, and we were sitting down and talking to some people, some visitors, and they drove down from Indiana, and they said, we knew. I mean, they were smart people.
Yeah.
And they said, we come down here every year, but we knew something wasn't right.
Early light, by all I know is right. We're gonna reap what we have sown.